so should we get into it then with the Sigma Prepper quiz, and we'll see how well everyone else can do. And good luck, everyone. Sigma Prepper quiz live. Everyone's saying he pops up usually just in time. Urban harvesting. We'll see. We'll see what he's up to. So, Sigma Prepper quiz. You know how we do. A, B, C, D, multiple choice. 7 questions, and whoosh, this is what you're playing for. The Ultimate Prepper Award with the super glossy, sparkly Sigma award. If you get 7 out of 7. So tonight's topic is going to be general prepper and survival info again. We haven't got it specific tonight. It's general prepper survival info. So I hope everybody's ready. Stop the Aussie. Right, here we go then. How to play. So for those that are new here, don't enter your answers one by one, because you'll just be telling everybody what's coming up next. You don't want to do that. You want to basically do this. You want to wait until you've seen the 7th question. Yes, there are 7. The 7th question, and then put your one string of 7 letters in all at once at the end when you've seen the last question. And then whoever gets the most correct, the quickest. Perp says, if I get 7 out of 7, I've cheated. Or you've just been lucky. Yeah, you've just been lucky, Perps, that's all. Or you might have just known the answers. So all those things are possibilities, Perps, yeah? Oh dear, so let's get into it then. Good luck. So get ready. Don't forget, a 7 out of 7, if you do get it, Perps, right, you will win the Ultimate Prepper role on our Discord server. So don't forget, free to join in the description, the Discord server. Get yourself over there. And if you're a patron, VIP, then you will benefit from live after parties like we'll be having after the live show tonight, a Sigma Prepper live show here on YouTube. So definitely join us for that. Right, good luck then, and don't forget, wait until the end before putting your string of 7 answers in. Here we go. I wonder, let's see if X is in the house. Is Master X in the house? Let's see if he's in the house. Here we go. What do we want? We want questions. Number 1. Here we go then. Assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels lasts the longest? Let's do this, says Sandy. Assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels lasts the longest? Is it A, gasoline, 98 octane, B, propane, C, diesel, or D, kerosene? Assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels lasts the longest? Is it A, gasoline, Master X is here, B, propane, C, diesel, or D, kerosene? Question number 2. Position, shine, shadow, texture, colour, movement, and what are considerations for camouflage? Position, shine, shadow, texture, colour, movement, and what are considerations for camouflage? Is it A, smell, B, heat, C, sound, or D, shape? A, smell, B, heat, C, sound, or D, shape? Question number 3, nearly halfway there. According to Einstein, thank you for sending in the quote for quotes at sigmaprepper.com earlier for the Einstein quote. According to Einstein, how many years after the bees are gone are we gone? Famous quote. Yeah, according to Einstein, how many years after all the bees die do humans die? Is it A, 2 years, B, 3 years, C, 4 years, or D, 5 years? A, 2 years, B, 3 years, C, 4 years, or D, 5 years? Question number 4 then, more than halfway there. The fire triangle. The fire triangle includes 3 ingredients required for combustion: oxygen, fuel, and what? 3 ingredients in the fire triangle required for combustion: oxygen, fuel, and what? Is it A, heat, B, pressure, C, tinder, or is it D, gas? A, heat, B, pressure, C, tinder, or D, gas? Question number 5 then. In the Northern Hemisphere, what direction should your solar panels face? In the Northern Hemisphere, what direction should your solar panels face? Should they face north, A? B, should they face east? C, south, or D, west? A, north, B, east, C, south, or D, west? Question number 6, then, penultimate question. According to the CDC, how long should you boil water to remove bacteria, viruses, and parasites? How long should you boil water, minimum, to remove bacteria, viruses, and parasites? This is assuming sea level altitude, without getting too complicated. A, 1 minute, B, 3 minutes, C, 5 minutes, or D, 10 minutes. How long minimum should you boil water, according to the CDC, to remove all the nasty stuff? Is it A, 1 minute, B, 3 minutes, C, 5 minutes, or D, 10 minutes? Get ready then, because when you see this last one, you'll be ready to put your answers in. Final question, get ready, coming up. Question number 7. Which of the following fuel sources require a carbon monoxide detector for safe operation? Which of the following fuel sources require a carbon monoxide detector for safe operation? Is it A, paraffin and gasoline, B, butane, C, propane, or D, all of them? Which of the following fuel sources require a carbon monoxide detector for safe operation? Is it A, paraffin and gasoline, B, butane, C, propane, or D, all of them? And that, my darlings, is it. So get your answers in there, and I don't have to show you twice because they are steaming in, and I'm just making them sure they're all right on the way through. So here we go then. We want this one. 30 seconds, get them in there. Lovely to see you having a go. So, daily survival was the first one in there with an answer. 20 seconds. Well done. Lovely to see you. Where's Urban? Oh, I messed up my answers. Well, where are they? Get them in there. You still got time. Extreme Focus. Lovely to see you playing along. And again, so pleased you're actually still alive. Amphere was next. Nectrum Design was next. Then it was Ghost Cowboy. Then Sandy. Then Cynthia. Lovely to see you playing along, Cynthia. And that's time up, Rubber Decks. Perps was next. Ali Tin Can Complicated Brass Pan Fernley. Lovely to see you got with us again tonight, my darling. Great to see you back. And then we got Pedigree Mongrel was next. Then Carolyn Rose. Thank you so much. So let's get into it then with the answers, and we'll see if we have a 7 out of 7 winner tonight. So let's go through the answers one by one. I haven't got an amazing. Usually I have a bunch of pre-planned answers and things with lots of further information, which I haven't necessarily got today. But just from the top of my head here, let's see who had this correct, because this is all like super important information, because when you're choosing what your energy supply is going to be, particularly what Tia was talking about earlier on in the artificial intelligence report, she was talking about dark winters and blackout scenarios, right? So when you're choosing the energy source that you're going to be using for heating, for your fuel generators, electric generators, and so on, it's important you understand how long these things last, because daily survival is going to be all right. Extreme Focus is going D, kerosene, which is basically like jet fuel. Amphere is going D as well. Nectrum Design B. Ghost Cowboy B. Sandy D. Cynthia B. Perp C. Pedigree Mungrad D, and then Carolyn Rose. Where's Urban Harvesting's answer then? Because I still can't seem to see it in there, so he's still got time to get it in. But I can tell you now, that's B, propane. So kerosene and diesel, I think they're about the same, about 18 months to 24 months. Gasoline's more like 6 to 9 months, depending on what stabilizers and the container. But this does assume correct storage. But propane, they do say indefinitely, but you know, even wood, if it's maintained without any moisture, wood is a pretty good store of energy. It does actually lose its BTU energy, wood, over time as it degrades. But propane is pretty clean stuff, and butane similar. So bear that in mind, because you know you can't last too long. There we go, he got it in there. Pedigree Mongrel saying, damn, no 7 out of 7. How do you know no 7 out of 7, Pedigree Mongrel? We ain't got to the last one yet. Oh, does that mean that you haven't? Oh, I see, because you went for D. Yeah, I get it, sorry. Yes, you didn't get 7 out of 7. You could have 6 out of 7 though. We still got time. Question number 2 then. Position, shine, shadow, texture, color, movement, and what are considerations for camouflage? I did a lot of study and research into camouflage about 4 years ago or something like that, when I was looking into things like ghillie suits and options, and I bought some ghillie suit material type stuff to go over my main bug out base camp, if you like. I've already got DD tarpaulins that are camo, but they're a bit shiny. And the shape, which is what it is, the shape isn't ideal, so I have got some of that netting stuff, right? So I did look into camouflage, and there's a great S2 Survival, is it? The channel? S2 Survival did a great video on camouflage. I should try and let's have a look. Is it S2 Survival camouflage? Yeah. I'll maybe find the video for you. But he does an entire video about it. It's a pretty good channel for tactical stuff like that. But I'm not seeing it there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll find that video from S2 Survival. I think it's S2 Survival, is it? S2 Underground, sorry. S2 Underground, yeah. And there's a video about it somewhere, but for some reason I can't find it. And it's really good though, and it goes through all the different options for camouflage and things, and you realise it's actually quite a large topic, right? So it's not to be underestimated, if you know what I mean. And it's actually quite interesting to know where all your vulnerabilities are and things. And there's also on S2 Underground channel, there's a great video that talks about S2 Underground. Yeah, thanks. Are you familiar? Are you? But they did a great one. Coal will last millions of years, says Amphir. Yes, coal's alright, but again, as long as you can keep it away from moisture. But the other thing is you can dry coal out by putting it 1 brick high out on your lawn in the sun and things like that. So look into camouflage. It's a great techniques to learn. So question number 3 then. According to Einstein, how many years after bees are gone are we gone? That is 4 years. 4 years. Einstein bees quote. 4 years. It's already guessing 4 years on there, look. Here we go. So it's pardonable pride that beekeepers have been known to endorse quotes like the one attributed to Albert Einstein: if the bee disappears from the surface of Earth, man would have no more than 4 years left to live. 4 years left to live. Yes, indeed. The way the world goes round with the ecosystem, it's all one big biomassive, muddled up, all sorts of stuff. So you can't be messing with it. Kerosene should give around 25 years. Ooh, done about that. Done about that. No, more like 15 if you're lucky. So yeah, 4 years for that one. Question 4. Thanks, Amphir, for those Prepper Progress pictures, by the way. We'll be getting into that next, Prepper's Progress. So stay around for that. So question 4 then, the fire triangle. Let's get that pulled up. Fire triangle, yeah? For those that aren't familiar. I do hope everybody got this one right. It's okay if you didn't, but yeah, you should have done. So here we go then. This is the fire triangle. Oxygen, heat and fuel. Oxygen, heat and fuel. Is there something that can give us some examples just for convenience? Oxygen source. So let's just look at the answer. So heat is the answer for that one. A is what we were looking for. So daily survival, this is the 4th one in. You had C. Tinder. Funnily enough, Magic Hand said Tinder as well. That's fuel. Tinder is fuel. Ignition or heat. And of course pressure. B. You can create heat from pressure. That's how a diesel engine works. Yeah. And there's other things that you can do to start a fire with pressure. But yeah, heat, oxygen and fuel. So tinder would be the fuel. Pressure would be a form of creating heat, as would friction be, so rubbing sticks. That's where you get the heat. But you still need the fuel, which is the ember, and you still need the oxygen, which is in the air. You see? So it's the heat, which gives you the ignition. Right? So extreme focus had A, good man, heat. Amphere had A. Netrum had A. Ghost Cowboy had A. Sandy had C. Tinder. What is it with Tinder? Cynthia had B, which is kind of right, pressure, but it's not, because pressure just is a way of making heat. It's heat that's what you need, yeah. You can use pressure to ignite. And Perps here there had A, heat as well. Well done, my darling. And Pedigree Mongrel, look. Let's see if Carolyn, you had B there, pressure. What did Urban Arms say? Oh, he had A, good man, good man. I don't know who's won yet. We'll see when Master X hands me the final vote behind the scenes. So, number 5 then. In the Northern Hemisphere, so if you're in Australia or New Zealand, it's going to be opposite for you. In the Northern Hemisphere, what direction should your solar panels face? Yeah. And that is south. South, if you have, south-facing garden is always the best to have if it's in the Southern Hemisphere. North-facing garden is what you're looking for. But yeah, so your solar panels facing south will get maximum hours of sun per day if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's the direction. And you want to have your solar panels as perpendicular, as 90 degrees to the sun hitting in as you can possibly get it. It makes quite a big difference. My solar panel off-grid system on my roof is like 1.5 kilowatt or whatever it is on my roof. They're laying flat because they're sort of stealth installation that I've done, right? So they're like overkill in a way for the amount of energy that I need as an emergency, but because they're laying flat, they're a bit more stealthy. But I can prop them up to give them a bit of angle towards the sun, but they are facing south, which for me is that way, roughly. So yeah, I hope everybody got that one right. Daily Survival had C there. This is number 5, isn't it? Yep. C. Good. Cynthia had D there. West. Yeah. So anyone who's got themselves a little off-grid solar panel kit for when the blackout comes, which it will with a dark winter, right, as we talked about earlier on and Tia talked about with the SHTF Intel report. South facing is where you want to be pointing your solar panels to get maximum sun. Question number 6 then. According to the CDC, how long should you boil water to remove bacteria, viruses and parasites? And the reason I say at sea level is because it does actually depend, yeah? It does depend what altitude you should boil it for. The higher the altitude, you have to boil it longer because the boiling temperature is higher, yeah? At higher altitude. So, how long boil water? Let's have a look. Oh, look, before... This is called short form SEO content, I think it is, but you see here, it comes straight in, boom, 1 minute. Boiling water to full rolling boil for 1 minute. So here we go. Does it talk about, here's a CDC one, look. Because in my SAS survival book I've got, it gives a whole thing about when you're at different altitudes, you need to consider it to be longer. I'm not sure if it covers it here. Oh, here we go. Bring water to a full rolling boil for 1 minute. If you are at an elevation above 6,500 feet, boil water for 3 minutes. Allow the water to cool before you use it. Oh my goodness. Allow the water to cool before you use it. Is this really where we've got to? It reminds me of that meme where it's like you got the batteries, like back in the day, on the manual of a battery it would show you all the stuff, and then modern day on the battery it's like do not drink. It's like, anyway, yeah, so if you're above a certain altitude you need to boil it for 3 minutes and allow it to cool down, otherwise you might burn your mouth. Talk about learned dependency, right? Nanny state. If you cannot boil water, use tap water that is too hot to touch, which is probably at a temperature between whatever and whatever. So yeah, so that's what you need to be rocking with, so bear that in mind. 1 minute is what you need to be doing. Let's see who got that right. And to be honest, all of these answers on here are good, But of course, if you're short of energy because your wood's running out, Daily Survival was just sharing with us earlier in the SHTF Intel report how the price of wood and things has gone up so much. So you can't be boiling water, which takes a lot of energy, for 10 minutes. Yeah? Or 3 minutes when 1 minute will do. Right? A lot of people going for 3 minutes, it looks like. Yeah? So this is why I thought that. Well done, Ghost Cowboy. And Sandy, look, 1 minute. Who else? Cynthia, good girl, good girl. Perps had B there, 3 minutes. You're better off being safer than sorry, but like I say, you need to go easy. Oh, well done. You had B 3 minutes there. What about Urban? He had C, 5 minutes. So yeah, you are looking at 1 minute, and this is important because, like I say, you don't want to be burning through energy needlessly in a crisis, yeah. when it's hitting the fan. It's not a good look, so don't do that. So question number 7, which of the following fuel sources require a carbon monoxide detector, not CO2, dioxide 2? This is no 2, so it's mono, so yeah, carbon monoxide detector for safe operation. So carbon monoxide is a very deadly poison, because it has no taste, it has no smell, you can't see it, it has no color, it's odorless and everything, right? So you don't even know it's getting you. OSHA have a whole thing about how many parts per million of carbon monoxide you can work in for up to so many hours or days or minutes and so on, right? But this is important to know because I've seen people on prepping channels talking about like, oh, you don't need like butane and propane don't give off any carbon monoxide. I've seen people say that, right? I've seen people say that. But luckily, you've been following me long enough that you're pretty good preppers that everybody knows the score here. Carolyn's going to be butane, you see? Yeah? D, all of them. It is indeed all of them, right? Every one of these things here are nasty. They're going to do you in. The paraffin and gasoline, big time. Kerosene, butane, propane, you name it. It's going to be giving off some serious carbon monoxide, even with ventilation. So please do not be messing around with this stuff unless you've got a carbon monoxide detector. It's going to cost you $20 off Amazon max. Yeah. Make sure you have one in each room, that you've got something that's going to be generating. That could even be a lantern, just an oil lamp, right? Even your candles, bear in mind, right? Just your candles burning. If you've got no light because you haven't prepared well enough, because you haven't got an off-grid backup bank, right? And so you're littering your house in candles, believe me, you're going to be having some carbon monoxide coming off your candles as well, right? So funny enough, so that's basically what we should be going with all of them, and then the final answers then should look like this. And I'll tell you what's quite funny is that Master X, who's our son and also the moderator of the channel here at Sigma Prepper, and fellow Sigma as well, and fellow Prepper, he's given me the first, second, third order, but he's also given me a different one depending on if urban harvestings was too late or not. Right, so that's basically what we got going. So let's have a look then, and I wonder who thinks that they've won, but I can tell you now it's not who everyone thinks it might be, but who is it? Let's see who is the winner this week for yeah, there we go. Sorry, Pedigree Moment. Well done. 6 out of 7. Awesome job. The winner. Let's hear it in the chat. Lovely to see everyone. Pedigree Mongrel in the house. Well done, my man. Great to see. Herbs was out of time, but he was in there. Here we go. Well done, Pedigree Mongrel. Look at all the love in the house. This is what we love about getting together, innit? Well done, Pedigree Mongrel. 6 out of 7. That's how it does. So as far, thank you X for your judging. So basically, yeah, urban harvesting's fine. But basically, Pedigree Mongrel was first with 6 out of 7. Urban and Harvesting also got 6 out of 7. And Netrum Design was in there with 5 out of 7. And Ghost Cowboy, if we don't include Urban Harvesting, Ghost Cowboy had 5 out of 7 as well. But yeah, well done Pedigree Mongrel, 6 out of 7. Pedigree Mongrel 6 out of 7. Nicely done. Well done. So at least we got the 6 out of 7 working. I'm gonna have to get these buttons fixed up during the week again. Don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, we'll get it sorted. So thank you so very much. Right, should we get back to base camp links? We've got Predator's Progress and all sorts yet. So let's do it then. Thank you very much for playing along, and do hit the like button if you're enjoying the show, and please subscribe if you haven't done already. So let's get back to base camp then.